Hello everybody, today I'll be showing you guys how we did a mini sheen test inside of our lab. So as you guys can see, we took a mini bucket, filled it up with fresh water, and are dumping oil to see if we are able to dump our waste inside of the ocean. For those who are confused, what I mean by this is that static sheen tests are used to test your waste to see if it will cover over 50% of the water. If it does, EPA does not allow you to dump, and you will have to find a way to dispose of it. So as you guys can see in the video, we use a little bit of oil to dump inside the water. Now, when you're doing testing, you don't want to overuse the amount of oil that you put in. So we put in 15 milliliters of oil and dropped it 1 inch inside of the water to see what it does. So as you guys can see, the oil is beginning to spread across the water, and the water has already taken a yellowish color, which obviously is not safe. Usually when we're doing a static sheen test, you will have to wait over an hour to see what happens with the water. But today, since we are doing a short mini video, I am only showing you guys what happens over 3 minutes of oil being dumped in the water. As you guys can see, the oil begins to spread across the water. And what we're looking for right here is for the water to not be covered 50% for oil. What you're watching though is that you see how fast the spread of waste and dump can go across water. This sheen test would obviously be a fail if performed by actual EPA members, only because the oil is covering over 50% of the water, and the water is no longer fresh to drink or use after having this waste dumped inside of it. And now you can see how it's slowly beginning to just come around all the areas. And usually when you're doing this, you would use more. You would be looking for clippings and drilling fluid. But for now, we're just going to use oil as our example. So slowly, you guys can see how it's forming. It's kind of looking like it's going in a circular formation, but we already would have failed this test if we did this in front of EPA members. Now, a sheen test is a great thing to be used because it's permitted by EPA, because to use, dump, and put it in the water is not going to be good for the habitat, not only the environment, but it is stated by the Clear Water Act too that we need this testing to be done. And you guys can just see how quickly the oil is spreading and how dirty the water gets from this little bit of oil that's dumped. Now, could you guys just imagine how dirty the oil will actually be if being used by actual drills and fluids? It would be so much dirtier than what we see now. As you can see, it's spreading more and more. And at this point, me and my comrades were surprised at how much that could be used. The video has stopped, but you guys could just take a moment to pause and look at how much the oil is being used, and take a moment and realize why we would have failed this static sheen test.